Yep. You started? Okay. So called this dissolving anger. Dissolving anger. So as we all know, anger is a normal emotion that we're all familiar with, right? We all get angry. It's a common, but it's a complex emotion because so much is tied into this emotion. And the feeling of anger is neither good or bad. It's what we do with it that matters. So anger is a protective emotion, like a defense mechanism. And it's actually a less sensitive emotion that hides or protects deeper, more sensitive emotions, even unbearable emotions underneath. Anger can be healthy when it's expressed calmly, respectfully, and assertively, and that's called assertive anger. So most of us think anger is loud and physically violent. Indeed, it is a powerful emotion, but anger can start off as a little feeling of annoyance. It can start off as irritation, frustration, or disappointment. So sometimes you don't get to exactly go to angry. You might just feel annoyed, irritated, frustrated, or disappointed. So then if those initial small feelings go unnoticed, like you just don't notice you're feeling that, and then just subconsciously you suppress it, and these feelings will just fester. They grow bigger and bigger. And then when we get triggered, it's expressed strongly as anger. And that's when you notice it because it's expressed so strongly, or it comes out in indirect strong ways or direct ways. Yeah, then when anger becomes a default mood, like you're angry all the time, and you get very impulsive, right? And then it becomes an automatic reaction. That's when it gets very problematic, right? Because it grows into rage. It has potential to grow into rage. And that's where we see really painful, hurtful consequences and even fatal impacts, such as murder. So that's how powerful anger is when it's suppressed and when it turns into a default mood and it's an automatic reaction. So what you want to do is dissolve and digest, as in process, your anger issues, long before you get to the point where your judgment has clouded and you've lost all rational thought. So the Word of God shows us how to be slow to anger in this very profoundly wise verse, James 1:19. So understand this, my beloved brothers and sisters. Let everyone be quick to hear, and this Amplified version says, be a careful, thoughtful listener, slow to speak, a speaker of carefully chosen words, and slow to anger, patient, reflective, forgiving. So quick to listen, slow to speak, slow to anger. Besides God, who should we listen to very quickly and listen to very slowly? Hence, we become slow to get angry, slow to react. Who? It's ourselves, right? It's yourself. Apply this to yourself. We will talk more about self-awareness and self-reflection later. The thing is, if you're not aware of your thoughts and feelings, you will be less aware of the impact on others as well. So remember this, any emotion, suppressed, pressed, expressed. Suppressed, pressed, expressed. Suppressed emotions can only stay in your mind and body for so long before it's pressed, meaning triggered, and then it explodes or implodes, meaning expressed. So if you suppress it, once it's pressed, it'll be expressed. So neither suppressing or expressing aggressive, angry feelings is helpful or healthy. And that's why we need to understand what kind of anger we are feeling, or what's the feeling underneath. Yeah, what's under the surface of the anger. Right, so there are generally 3 categories of anger, categorized into 3 basic headings. Number 1, assertive anger. It's something when you feel, is when something you feel is unjust, something's unfair, something's unsafe. So these strong feelings prompt you to take positive protective action, and that leads you to positive change. So, for example, being scammed of money, right? You take action to try and get your money back, and then you want to report the scammers to the police. So assertive anger is a healthy and a constructive way of expressing anger that allows you communicate your feelings, your needs and boundaries directly, calmly and respectfully without aggression or passive behaviour. So that's the first type, assertive anger. Secondly, passive-aggressive anger.